Hey, good morning, everybody. Mark again here, WeatherMan Plus. Now I got you updates not only on the severe weather, and we already had a tornado in North Dakota last night, so I hope y'all did heed my warnings from yesterday, as well as the tropics, because I'm showing that this energy we've been following for almost 2 weeks now is getting closer, and now the ensembles are starting to show there's a lot of potential going to happen. Thank you to all of you for all your best wishes for yesterday, for my mom and for my wife. God bless all of you. I hope you had a very great Mother's Day. I was so pooped when I got home. I took her out all afternoon long. I think I went to bed pretty early. So thank you so much for all your nice comments. Now, we already have severe thunderstorm warnings, and you can see the hail cores in these storms that's going to happen for today, with chances for tornadoes for today. And not only for today, but this is also going to expand out later on tonight. And then for tomorrow, we have another severe weather risk, another chance for tornadoes as it comes down from Wisconsin and down Illinois as well. So if you've never been here before, hello, my name is Mark. Make sure you subscribe. I am all year long. As a matter of fact, I always stay ahead of the tropics. I'm showing we're going to have a big hurricane season this year, especially slow hurricanes like we had with Dorian last year. That's what I see. And guys, help me wake up some people, because we need to let people know that these tornadoes are happening. Matter of fact, I'm showing there's a good chance for another violent tornado today. So God bless all of you. Hope you have a very blessed day. Please like and share the video, alert others. Let's get into the forecast. Now, we did have a tornado, a very weak rope tornado that did happen in North Dakota already. And it was a thin rope tornado that's been looking west about 3 miles from intersection of 44th, Southeast, and 106th Avenue. Touchdown was brief. Now, it was close to some farmland and some houses, but thank God it was way out here in the middle of nowhere. So far, that's good. And as we check out with our global tropics 10-day outlook, the GFS is showing not only that system on the East Coast is still not going to do anything, but now it's starting to show that these waves that's going to be coming through the Caribbean could have a chance for a weak cyclone to come in through the Western Caribbean and maybe strengthen up at the last minute. Now, there's going to be a lot of shear this time, so it will be weak if anything. And the Euro model don't see this. Now, the Euro model never was a medium to long range model. It never was that accurate. Euro model is a good model, but not for long range forecasts. Now, I'm going to get back to that severe weather in just a moment. Remember, all the links are in the description. Help save you time in case you're in that threat. I want to go through the tropics real quick. And if you've never been here before, been following this for 2 weeks now, and it is happening, guys. It is still 120W on our west coast, 60W on our east coast. And this system, this potential velocity anomaly, is still showing up from the 16th all the way to the 20th. I'm still showing we have this coming, as well as what's happened over there around Asia. And when we get around the 15th, you can see that system that we have on the East Coast stays weak, goes back in. It's not going to form up to anything strong you need to worry about. And if you have been updated on my channel, you know about this wave that did pass through Central America. And it is expected, according to the GFS cyclone locations, to strengthen up out there in the Pacific, but not going towards any landfall towards Mexico. At least not yet. But around that time, we do have that energy that is showing up on a potential velocity anomaly, and it could be something weak right towards Central America as we go to the 15th and the 16th. And as we keep going, you can see it is a chance for it to go towards the Yucatan, go towards Jamaica, maybe even go towards the Eastern Caribbean islands out to the Atlantic Ocean. There also is a chance for a little bit later in the month for another one to form up and strengthen up. And these are very strong. These are down to 960 to 979 or stronger. So very strong anomalies, good chances for this to happen. Now, take this with a grain of salt. You know how it is when it's long range forecast. I will keep you updated. But so far, it's starting to grow, guys. So as we check through all the ensembles, you can see that there is a good chance for something to form up. It could go over Jamaica. It could be a little bit later and still forming up and going towards Western Jamaica. Or it could be forming up like you see here and form up later and go over Cuba. Possibly doing something. It's still a little too far to be sure, guys. I just want to keep your heads up on what is happening out there. You even have it down here like on 29 where it could form up a little later by Central America, and it could go by the Western Caribbean and get into our Gulf. So we got to stay ahead of this, guys. Now, this is our control member, this first one, and so far is still showing that we don't have too much to worry about. This high pressure is still stretching all the way out, and that is steering all this energy way west. But it's still showing that the high pressure is still going to be stretched out, and there's still no chance for any formation, at least not yet. Now, that could change as easily as tomorrow, so I will keep you updated. Now, according to the Euro potential velocity anomaly, also seeing this energy coming from the 15th somewhere to the 20th, as well as something coming off the MDR. But it is still showing it on both models. Potential velocity anomaly is coming into our area. So when we check with the Euro and see what the possible locations of a tropical depression, right around the 15th, it starts adding up a chance for this energy to add up, and it does bulk up towards Central America. But you can see how it takes that northern swing. So we got to stay up on this, guys, because I'm showing that we could have an early hurricane season. Not by far, but a week or two is early. And the update on the global tropics, it still needs an update. It'll still be a couple more days, but it's still showing high confidence for cyclones to form over here towards Asia. And it's still showing that there could be a tropical depression or greater strength forming up over here in the Pacific. And that's what I showed you in the GFS cyclone locations. And you can see that here we do have the two cyclones just like NOAA did predict, and it is showing the same. I'm showing the second one is not going to do much, and the first one is still going towards India. Now that's according to the Euro as well as the GFS. Both of them is showing it. So if you have anybody that lives in India, just let them know that they have a storm coming, and so far it is weakening as it gets closer to them. So that is good news. This is on wind gusts, and as you can see, we don't have a lot of winds, and it is east side loaded. So they do have a storm system coming, and so far it's something very weak. But if you like to stay ahead of the tropics, make sure you subscribe, because my community has been knowing about this energy. We've been following it for almost 2 weeks now, 13 days. I know you've been told to tune out, and I'm not going to worry about those that do tune out. My job is to keep as many people safe as possible, so I'm going to keep as many as possible that do tune in. So God bless all of you that has been supporting me. I will keep you safe. Now, real quick, for today, you do have thunderstorms in all of this green, but your tornado chances has expanded a little bit. You have the 2% in all this green and the 5% in the brown. You have chances for wind, and you have chances for hail as well. And I'm showing some nasty little hail cores as you saw in the beginning, and I'm showing the winds could be 40, 50, even 60 miles per hour wind gusts. But your cities at risk for this tornado threat for today: Des Moines, Iowa; Cedar Rapids, Iowa; Waterloo, Iowa; West Des Moines, Iowa; La Crosse, Wisconsin, as well as a 2% in the green. Now, tomorrow, this is going to move over a little bit. Actually, I'm in the 2% for tomorrow, but you do have thunderstorms and all this green for tomorrow. You do have a tornado chance over here, mostly for Wisconsin and northern Illinois. That storm system I showed you in the beginning, and it does look like there's some powerful wind gusts pushing behind it. But you do have 2% in the green for tomorrow. There is chances for winds, and there is chances for hail. A lot of that is in Texas. So if you saw the video from yesterday, you're already expecting this hail. But those in the tornado threat for tomorrow: Milwaukee, Wisconsin; Madison, Wisconsin; Green Bay, Wisconsin; Kenosha, Wisconsin, as well as Waukegan, Illinois. Now, as you go into Wednesday, you are going to have thunderstorms in all this green. Severe weather risk, 5% in all this brown, and a 15 in this yellow. And if you remember from yesterday, a big line of lightning with large hail core potentials, that's what this is. But for Wednesday, your 15% is Minneapolis, Minnesota; St. Paul, Minnesota; Bloomington, Minnesota; Plymouth, Minnesota, as well as Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. And you can see your 5% in the brown. And you can see that here as you go into Wednesday afternoon as your lightning strikes with the Euro. You can see how it expands up Wednesday afternoon, getting a lot of chances for large hail in all of this white. As you go later in Wednesday afternoon, it moves up towards the upper Midwest, so it leaves Texas and the South Central. But then as you go into Thursday, then you have a chance for severe weather again. It's going to be the same risk. Chances for large hail in all of this white all Thursday afternoon as it moves to the upper Midwest and affecting all of y'all with chances for large hail as well. That's why you're in this risk. And the severe weather risk has raised up for Thursday. So if you saw yesterday, thank you for your support. Remember that you do have that fire threat and you do still have those hot temperatures that's coming in our country. So if you need to see that, please go see that. This is going to be tropics and severe weather for the chances for the tornadoes, damaging winds, and hail. But for Thursday, you have the 15% in the yellow, and now you have a big 30% in this brown. And your cities at risk for Thursday for the severe weather, 30%. Fargo, North Dakota. Grand Forks, North Dakota. Moorhead, Minnesota. Watertown, South Dakota, as well as West Fargo, North Dakota. And you can see your 15% in the yellow. Not only bringing damage and winds, it is chances for tornadoes, guys. This is your 850 millibar winds, and all this white right here is indicative to good shear that could spin up a tornado if there's precipitation in that area. And you can see as you go through this morning, is bringing a lot of wind shear all through Iowa, North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota, and it does go all the way towards Wisconsin. It weakens down, but you still have that threat. Now, as we go through this morning, this is HRRR 18 hours. This is the best high-resolution rapid refresh you can get. You see, it does show that we do have a chance for not only one, but a chance for two long-lived cells, chances for a tornado. Your helicity values shows you the wind direction change with height, and that's exactly what a tornado is. But it shows a very good chance for a very strong cell in South Dakota going into Minnesota, as well as later on one from Minnesota going towards Wisconsin and strengthening up. So this is trending not only with high resolution rapid refresh 18 hours, 48 hours, and NAM3K is showing some things as well. Now you can see with the 48 hours, and everybody in my community knows how I feel about the 48 hours, even though it gives you a good look ahead of what could be coming, it's not as accurate as the 18 hours. You can see how much different it looks than the 18 hours. It's only showing one, possibly two cells forming up earlier, and you can see where it could get a little stronger for South Dakota, same direction, as well as for Minnesota going into Wisconsin. So even though it's not showing the same accurate information as 18 hours showing that that's going to be different cells, it is showing around the same area. So please heed this warning. And the latest run from high resolution rapid refresh is still showing that we have chance for strong tornadoes. We can only see up to noontime because it hasn't even finished loading. But you can see you still does get that pink right there. It's a chance for a strong violent tornado, as well as what's going through Minnesota. So that is still trending. But you see how these cells go from South Dakota today, go into Minnesota, and they do get a strong cell on the southern end of that front. And you are getting a little bit of shear on it. It is speed shear, but speed shear makes it tumble over itself. It's not like being in front of it and getting directional shear. It can still produce a tornado as it goes towards Wisconsin. When it gets towards Wisconsin, it starts getting in front of the storm, and then the shear is doing it as well with those cells. It's in front of that line, and you do have a lot of precipitation coming at that time. So just be aware, it is showing for today it will be northern Wisconsin if anything happens at all. And you can see how much more different that is than the 48 hours. The 48 hours is not even showing it as strong as the 18 hours. 18 hours has the best look. But you can also see with the wind gusts from high resolution rapid refresh 18 hours that these cells could be bringing 40 and definitely 50 and 60. 50 is an orange, 60 is a red, as the storm passes through all evening long. So mostly it's showing damaging winds for Iowa as well, but it's showing the strongest winds will be from South Dakota to Minnesota, a couple of storm cells ripping up northern Minnesota getting into the 60s, as well as northern Wisconsin as well. And I waited for the update, guys. I think this is really important, so I did wait for the update. Now it's showing that the winds could be even more for South Dakota and Minnesota. That white right there is getting into 80. The brown is 70. And as you go through 7 and 8 o'clock this morning is when all that happens for Minnesota. You get 70 and 80 miles per hour wind gusts coming with it all the way till 5 o'clock in the afternoon. We have chances for damaging winds. But this strip right here, according to high resolution rapid refresh, every 15 minutes, the best HRRR you can get, is showing 87 miles per hour wind gusts. So be careful. I'm showing there's a chance for a long-lived cell and possibly bringing some very high winds, hurricane force winds. but it is getting a lot of energy that it needs to support all these severe thunderstorms, possibly tornadoes. When you look at your dew points, not only does it raise way up, but you keep 70 dew points, a nice pocket right here, and it gets some high Cape values as well. And this goes all afternoon long right up Minnesota. A very strong pocket of 70 plus dew points, which will give it the particulates in the atmosphere to help reduce these thunderstorms and possible tornadoes. And as we look towards tomorrow, you can see it raises way up again. So you do have it for Wisconsin, for Illinois, for your chances for your tornado threat for tomorrow as well. And when you look at your convection, your CAPE, which gives you all your lift in the atmosphere, you can see right where you have those 70 dew points that it starts raises up this afternoon. Very strong pocket going through Minnesota. You have very strong Cape values down here as well, but you don't have the precipitation like I showed you Friday in that area. But as it goes up for Minnesota, you can see that big purple just riding with those strong dew points. You even get a nasty pocket of white around 5 p.m. this afternoon. So right in that very strong Cape is right where you could have that possible violent tornado, guys. That is a lot of lift. Well, all them strong dew points is that little pocket of it is what's making that happen. And the 48 hours shows it as well. It's not showing it as strong as the 18 hours. That's 18 hours is always the best, but just to get a look for tomorrow, you can see it also raises up towards Wisconsin. We get very strong Cape values all the way to 3 p.m. Like I said right here, it might be some precipitation passing through and it'll turn into extreme weather, whatever's in that lift. So it will be a lot of chances for large hail as well. But this is where your tornado threat is for tomorrow, and you do have a lot of lift that's passing through there while you get that precipitation. So just be aware you have the threat for tomorrow as well. And for tomorrow evening, it does pop up, get a little kidney bean right there as well, around 7 p.m. But it does get precipitation in that area while you have all that lift. So just be aware, please. But as you can see, for the rest of that area, you have a lot of lift, a lot of Cape, but there is no precipitation coming in that area. And then as we go through Tuesday, it does have chances for large hail in that as it goes down Wisconsin into northern Illinois. Big lightning strikes, a nasty little storm. As it goes down northern Illinois, spans out a little bit and then dissipates. And your update on a flash flooding for today, you have marginal in the green, slight risk in the yellow. For tomorrow, you have a little bit for the panhandle of Texas. As you go through Wednesday, you do have the marginal in the green, the slight risk in the yellow. And Thursday, you have a slight risk for northern Minnesota and North Dakota. But so far, the levels have come down since what we saw yesterday. According to National Weather Service, this is going to be your precipitation amounts. All this yellow is an inch, dark yellow getting towards 1.5 inches. Towards the orange, and that's about it. That's enough, but that's about it, because yesterday it did show a pocket of almost 2 inches for northwestern Minnesota. That has disappeared. And you're still getting those big swells, those waves coming along the east coast today from that system. I'm still showing it's only still going to be about 7 to 10 feet. 10 feet is that yellow, and as you can see, that is well offshore. So these swells pretty much are going to be somewhere around 7 to 9 feet, maybe at best. It's not real close, but you still have those waves passing by, still have the chances for the dangerous rip current. So just be aware of that. So what I did was zoom this in today so you can see the area that's at risk, and you can see the nasty hail cores that's in these storms as it passed by. You still got that severe thunderstorm warning that's going on right now. But God bless all of you. Keep you safe. Remember, time and date is on the top left. It always is. I slowed it down as much as I can so you can get a good look at what's going on, because there's some nasty hail cores passing through, guys. So God bless all of you. May you have a very blessed day today. Today I want to read to you 2 Corinthians, verse 6. We then, as workers together with him, beseech you also that ye receive not the grace of God in vain. For he saith, I have heard thee in a time accepted, and in the day of salvation have I secured thee. Behold, now is the accepted time. Behold, now is the day of salvation. Giving no offense in anything, that the ministry be not blamed. But in all things approving ourselves as the ministers of God, in much patience, in afflictions, in necessities, in distresses, in stripes, in imprisonments, in tumults, in labors, in watchings, in fastings. Be pureness by knowledge, by long-suffering, by kindness, by the Holy Ghost, by love unfeigned. By the word of truth, by the power of God, by the armor of righteousness on the right hand and on the left, by honor and dishonor, by evil report and good report, as deceivers and yet true, as unknown and yet well known, as dying and behold, we live, as chastened and not killed, as sorrowful yet always rejoicing, as poor yet making many rich, as having nothing and yet possessing all things. O ye Corinthians, our mouth is open unto you, our heart is enlarged. Ye are not straitened in us, but ye are straitened in your own bowels. Now for a recompense in the same, I speak as unto my children. Be ye also enlarged. Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship hath righteousness with unrighteousness? And what communion have light with darkness? And what concord hath Christ with Belial? Or what part hath he that believeth with an infidel? And what agreement hath the temple of God with idols? For ye are the temple of the living God, as God hath said, I will dwell in them and walk in them, and I will be their God, and they shall be my people. Wherefore come out from among them, and be ye separate, saith the Lord, and touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you, and will be a father unto you, and ye shall be my sons and daughters, saith the Lord Almighty. Amen. God bless all of you. Keep you all safe. Hope you have a very great day today. Thank you so much for all your support, not only just for the food drive. Remember, all links are always going to be in the description to help that out. Always make it out for food if it's for the food. Thank you for helping others. We do this every month. And above all, have a great day. All power, all glory, all honor does go to Yahweh, our Father. And He loves us forever and ever. Amen. Hallelujah. Have a very great Monday.